I just finished watching a video made by one of our top big influencers about GMO. And the guy is a very brilliant guy. Yes, he's very brilliant. But then I know a time like this will come when they will start using big influencers to promote GMO seed, GMO crops. These people mean business, it's somebody's business. And of course, the likes of Bill Gates, they know how to run their business. And they can do anything to protect their business. They can pay. They have a lot of money to pay to promote their business everywhere in the world. There are some key things that he said. So I want to point it out because Nigerians don't ask questions and we don't pay attention to details. He said that he's not an expert in the field. That means he entered class, received lecture, came out and doing la crown la pour like so many of us. And he talked about GMO unaltered. Unaltered. So it means that GMO can actually be altered. Now the question is, how do you know the difference between the altered GMO and unaltered GMO? Like, how much do you trust this few companies? He said that there are few companies that are in charge. How much trust do you have in these companies that they will not alter the GMO they're giving to you? And who is in control of this company? The likes of Bill Gates, that we know his antecedents, his utterances, and his actions against us, the black people. Call it conspiracy theory, but another angle I want you guys to look at is this. A lot of organic seed growers have constantly been unalive in Nigeria. Like, Nigeria have a very fertile soil, fertile ground. Despite that population, if you go to some states, the food basket of the nation, you'll find out that there's a lot of wastages. There's a lot of wastages, meaning that Nigerians have a very fertile soil to grow organic seed. But then let me ask you guys a question. Why is it that if you enter the mall, I'm not talking about Nigerian mall, if you go outside like the UK, Canada, Germany, you enter a grocery mall, they specify organic GMO. And organic, in most cases, is 5 times more expensive than the GMO. Why? If you are in Nigeria, for instance, and you're a farmer, you export some of your products to these countries that I'm talking about, you'll find out that they make sure that it's organic. If you are sending like herbs, they ask questions like, is this sun-kissed? How did you plant it? Did you plant it under the sun? Is this sun-kissed? And they try to make sure that it's organic. Even the ones that you dry, they ask questions like whether it's dry under room temperature or under the sun. People that are experts in this field, a lot of Africans that are experts in this field have come up and tell us the negative effects, the dangers of this GMO. But then some of us that are not experts will come and tell you that GMO is okay, there's nothing genetic, you get genetic code from this one, you apply it to this one, this thing has been there since the 1900. There are so many sicknesses that our ancestors did not suffer. They live longer. The mortality rate then, even with all this manipulation and all these lies about them dying of diseases, they had these diseases, they were dying of diseases. The people that were dying of diseases are the ones that gave birth to our grandparents, and our grandparents that gave birth to our parents, that gave birth to us. So many of them died of diseases. These are people that were giving birth to multiple children then, right? They died of diseases, and here we are. Here we are. I don't know how we came about. Maybe we are product of another God that came and, guys, for some time now I stopped talking about GMO seed because I found out that the world will move on without me. None of us is that special, So at the end of the day, I have other things to do with my life. And this might actually be the last time I talk about this stuff. Right? You can go ahead and consume whatever you want to consume, but I want to give you something before I end this video. Last year, I shared a video of farmers, that is people that are on the field, people that have first-hand experience, came out in UK, in Germany, in Canada, and they started protesting against GMO crops. They started protesting. I shared the video here last year. I mean, this is UK, people that we are learning from. We don't know much, nothing we learn from. But then the farmers that are on the field came out and started protesting. The street of London was filled up with heavy machines, tractors, tillers, caterpillars. The street of London was... Farmers were protesting. You can still go online and check it. Watch the video online. It's still on Google. It's on Google. Now let me read it for you. Go ahead and check UK farmers protest. Just type UK farmers protest against GMO. He said in the UK there have been protests and activist action against the cultivation of genetically modified GM crops. These actions, which have included crops destruction and public demonstrations, stem from concerns about the environmental impact of GM crops, potential risks to biodiversity, and consumer anxiety about food safety. Key concerns and actions. Environmental impact activists have expressed concern about the potential for GM crops to cause, pay attention to this one, GMO crops to cause genetic pollution of the environment and disrupt natural ecosystem. Natural ecosystem. Biodiversity. Some studies have suggested that GM crops, particularly herbicide-tolerant variety, can negatively impact wildlife and biodiversity in agricultural environments. Consumer concerns. Public consultation experiences in the UK have revealed widespread public unease about GM foods, with some consumers concerned about potential health risks and the lack of transparency in the labeling of GM products. Suit yourself. I don't know much. I was go more one. We have a lot of problem in Nigeria. We have, insecurity, bad governance, lack of social amenities, lack of infrastructures, lack of so many things. At the end of the day, we still work it, but at least they tested COVID, and Nigerians we still work it. But then they want to give us GMO seeds. I mean, compare agric fowl and native fowl. Okuka Greek, Okuki Igbo, compare the two and tell us the ones that you get something from more. Compare agric egg, the normal egg for mass production in the market, and native egg. This is a typical example. Anyway, why am I even disturbing myself? You guys can go ahead and do whatever you like.